And so we cheated. They got a little bit more of my time than the others. There are a couple of reasons why I like it. In my studies as a brand strategist over the years, especially right now, I found an interesting trend. I call it the democratization of content. We all want to control what we see and consume in media. We want to be producers, writers, directors of content. This is a tool for creative expression. It's a huge trend, and I think TaleSpring is riding a tremendous tsunami wave. There's another reason why I like them. I am a children's book author, and I want to publish this on their format, so I'm a customer, and I'm very interested in doing this. My pleasure to recommend my friends at TaleSpring.
Good morning. We are TaleSpring. We are a digital publisher of animated, interactive children's books to the Apple iPad and to the iPhone. We have an online authoring environment that allows children's book authors to lay out their pages and create animated, interactive versions of their books, which we then package up and submit to the Apple App Store. For the last 2 years, I have been heading up my own iPhone development company, in which my team and I have developed over 56 iPhone and iPad apps, 9 of which are these animated children's books that I've been speaking of. My name is Jason Isaac, founder and CEO. This is my co-founder and CTO, David Pettit. We have leveraged my last 2 years' experience to launch TaleSpring to address the needs of such people as Sam here. Sam is an aspiring children's book author, yet every submission gets rejected. In fact, Sam has learned that 98% of children's book manuscripts are rejected by traditional publishers. In speaking with those who have managed to be published, Sam has learned the best he could hope for is a 7 to 10% royalty on the sales of his books. On top of this, traditional publishers tend to replace author graphics with illustrations from in-house illustrators. One day, Sam received a tweet about a new online publisher called TaleSpring. TaleSpring provides an online authoring environment that allows non-technical authors like Sam to create an animated, interactive version of their book and then publish it out to the Apple iPad, the iPhone, and the iPod Touch. Plus, TaleSpring is going to allow Sam to receive up to 50% in the royalties from the sale of his book. Here's the login environment to our system. As you come in, you can see it is a WYSIWYG environment. There's the iPad with the screen. We've already added a background image in this particular example. You can see the file for that background listed on the right-hand side. If we upload a few more graphics, you'll see those listed on the right-hand side in the content library. We want to add one of these to the screen. We're simply going to select it, drag and drop, and place it right where we want it. We then do the same thing with the rest of the graphics and lay out the screen exactly as we have it designed. Now let's suppose at this point we want to animate Albert here so that he rises up from behind the apples. We're first going to select Albert, move him to the start position, select the animation menu, choose Move. Now we're going to drag Albert up to the end position. Selecting Preview, we now see that Albert does in fact rise up from behind the apples. Here's the full page.
A. Albert had an amazing appetite for apples.
So here's how it works. An author can sign up for free. They can create and lay out all of their pages for free. At this point, they submit it for publishing through the same online system. At this point, the author chooses which package they're going to publish under. The package they pay for determines the royalties that they'll receive from the sales of their book. It then enters our editorial review process, where we simply make sure the book is complete and appropriate for children. It enters the App Store, sales occur, money is shared back with the author, and the cycle continues. So let's consider our approach. Looking at our competitors, they create a full code generator for each platform they wish to support. So as they move into new platforms, they have to build a new code generator for each one, as well as maintain past code generators. TaleSpring, however, has one code generator, leveraging the new technologies of HTML5. We're able to quickly move into new platforms without having to create new code generators. Plus, by using the HTML5 technologies, we get the added platform of the web. We will have an online subscription library so that moms and dads who do not have an iPad or an iPhone can still provide access to these books for their children. So let's take a look at the author market. There are currently over 52,000 picture books for sale at Amazon.com. Knowing that 98% of submitted manuscripts are rejected, these 52,000 represent the 2% that were actually published. This leaves over 2.5 million books that are completed, that were submitted, yet still looking for an avenue in which to be published. You add to that the millions more that were actually never submitted or are yet to be conceived when they discover the beauty and the power of the TaleSpring environment. So how do we make money? Let's take a simple set of 10 books published through our system. On average, they're going to choose our middle package, $295. That's nearly $3,000 in upfront revenue. They then enter the store and begin to sell copies at an average of $2.99 each. They're going to sell on an average of 300 copies per month. That figure is based on the sales figures of the books we've already completed for clients and are selling in the store. We're going to assume a short shelf life of 6 months. Now obviously many books will sell for longer than that, but for the sake of conservatism and for a model, we're going to say they'll just sell for 6 months. That adds another set of gross revenues, nearly $54,000, out of which Apple does keep 30%. But that leaves us gross revenues exceeding $40,000 in total for every 10 books published. And we do project to publish our first 10 books in the next 60 days. Looking at our financials, we will run a deficit this year. However, in 2011, we will start approaching the 2 million mark, approaching 50 million by 2014. Let's look at the mobile market. Currently, there are over 3.25 million iPads available on the market. Apple projects that is going to exceed 10 million by the new year. You add to that the iPhone and the iPod Touch, and we're now talking over 100 million devices. 3 days ago, IDC released an update to their projections to where they've increased their projections by 10%, saying that by 2014, this market will more than double. So initially, we are focused on children's books, but we're very well aware that our technology lends itself nicely to other verticals. So we will be moving into other areas such as vanity publishing, scrapbooking, yearbooks, and such like that, and on and on. We will be moving into our first vertical next spring after we have completed the technology and verified and made it solid for children's books. So what have we accomplished so far? Well, in May of this year, we were selected as one of 10 companies out of over 100 that applied to be a part of the inaugural year of BoomStartup. In June, we secured iStory Apps as a professional services client. We have completed 2 children's books for them and are currently developing the 3rd. In July, we were a finalist for the 2010 Startup of the Year Award here in Utah. In August, we launched our first beta, and we currently have 8 author beta testers who are using our system and providing valuable feedback. We also have authors in the queue representing over 40 books who are waiting to use the system when it's ready for production use. We have also begun assembling our advisory board, first with Dr. Eric Denna, former CIO of Times Mirror and Brigham Young University. So where are we headed from here? With our current funding, we will release our 1.0 in this fall. This will contain full support for animations and support for iPhone in addition to the iPad support. In Q1 of 2011, we'll add video support and build in a royalty management system. With an outside investment, we'll accomplish all of these items this fall. Adding to that, in Q1 of 2011, support for Android devices, our online subscription library, and our very own TaleSpring bookstore app. To accomplish this, we're seeking an investment of $300,000 in exchange for a 20% equity position. This is based on a $1.2 million pre-money valuation. These funds will be used for those tasks we've just discussed, as well as sales and marketing. Thank you very much. We are TaleSpring Digital Publishing.
All right. Well, it's an amazing thing.